to say, I mean, it's been a while. Like I've been away. Like I've been in a rabbit hole, man. I really just have not been in that. Like like we've been on a real long hiatus, man. Real long, and I'm sorry for the wait. I'm sorry for the listeners. I'm sorry for my supporters. I'm even sorry for my haters too, man. Cause I'm really, me not doing doing anything, not putting content out, not putting shit out. That's really only like helping y'all out. Like as far as like the people that don't mess with me, like. And then I got to the point like, why am I overthinking this? Why am I valuing other people's opinions or critiques more than how I feel about my own and what makes me happy? So, I just had to get in the right mindset, man, right mind frame. So we're back. We are back, man. I'm happy to be back. What I really want to talk about today on this pod is really kind of something that I've been thinking about over the past few weeks, really some months now, on just like when you make mistakes, on not being too hard on yourself, and just not so really suppressing your confidence, or putting yourself in a hole when you make them, just not being allowed to forgive yourself because of them. So I'm gonna start with like the first point. We often hear it all the time that we are our own worst critic, and disappointment is not something we care to cause to the people we love, right? So when making mistakes, and sometimes even big mistakes, we tend to judge ourselves the hardest. I know from my personal experience, when I messed up or when I did something that I really, really dropped the ball on, you tend to really be hard on yourself for it. You find it tough being able to, depending on how you took it. It depends on the individual. I know for me, sometimes I really get hard on myself, and I think that's just like my morality and how I feel empathy towards situations sometimes, like when I think about it in a grand scale of things, like from the other person's perspective, or the people around me that were affected by the mistake, I'm just kind of, more aware, consciously aware of that. So, I'm hard on myself, and sometimes I feel like it's for good reason, because I'm just trying to ultimately be a good human, be a decent human being, man. So, but you can't be too hard on yourself for that. We are all in our personal development, our own journey, our own growth. So, allowing yourself to make mistakes makes it easier for you to get it right next time. So, but I think putting so much emphasis on your faults it only makes you lose confidence in the ability to correct them. And like I said, this may not apply to everyone, but like it hits home for me because the mental aspect of it, people don't want to talk about that. Like mental health doesn't get talked about enough, and just because someone carries it well, don't mean that the load isn't heavy. A lot of people deal with so many mental battles, so many struggles, so many tug of wars within their own mind, So it's a battle within itself. We're in a constant struggle to be disciplined, to better ourselves, to be healthier, to live better, to be kinder, just all things, man. So you never really know what a person is going through you just really gotta be, just have a heart, bro. Like I said, have empathy. Be understanding, be compassionate. Like it don't cost anything to be nice. Life is hard enough as it is. But I'm gonna shift to this though, you know. So ultimately, when it comes down to it, you know, when you're going through something, or when you make a mistake, or when, you know, one of those big mess ups, what I heard from my guys, or, you know, just growing up from my OGs, ultimately you just gotta tighten up. And then when we say tighten up, it's like, oh damn, you just think it's that simple? Like I'm just supposed to have this shit all together? Like I'm just supposed to know what to do, know what the next step is? In the end, that's not what I'm saying at all. Tighten up means you get your emotions out, you deal with it, you allow yourself to feel it, you allow yourself to confront the situation and the conflict, but you must center yourself. You gotta center yourself, and then once you do that, it's like, okay, I understand, like, damn, I messed up, you know, I gotta be reflective on what happened, learn from that, and if I fail to do that, then I'm gonna continue to make that same mistake, or God will either show me, or eventually it's gonna get to the point where it's gonna drastically impact my life if I don't make that change or that adjustment. But like I said, when we say tighten over, how I take it is you, the individual, have control over your thoughts and emotions. You understand that life is a series of constant highs and lows, and you just gotta stay balanced. Like, and that's ultimately what it comes down to. You have to stay even keeled through this. Like, you can't make no big decision based on emotion. I think that's just how I feel about it. Mistakes happen. You mess up, but you limit the big mistakes as much as possible. Like, that's what my parents told me. Limit the big mistakes, the ones where it's like it's so self-inflicting, and like it's really setting you back. Like it's a big obstacle to overcome. Like them the ones that you gotta limit. Most of these mistakes, and a lot of people will tell you, a lot of these mistakes can be avoided. You know, so many of our mistakes really are self-inflicted, and we knew that we were dabbling into it. Excuse me. Even though we shouldn't, but we did it until it burned us. You know, it's like they say, don't touch the stove because it's hot, but we did it anyway till we got burned, and we know not to touch it no more. And that's just such a simple thing. Like, that was probably like rule 101 growing up, right? But as we got older, it was like all the things that were like taboo and they told us don't do, we was out doing anyway. Until then, poof, all of a sudden we reached a roadblock. So we came into something. There was some conflict because of it. Some drama that came out of that. Like, we cannot be out here self-inflicting. But also know that you are human and don't be so hard on yourself. Because mistakes are a part of the journey, and they're a part of the growth. And you gotta embrace that, and it means it's just a step in you becoming one step closer to your final form. And that's how I look at it, man. But look, I'm not gonna talk y'all ear off with this first segment. I'm just really kind of happy to be back. I'm gonna have this up because I'm gonna do a lot of videos on the YouTube, on my YouTube page, and then I have all my pods on Spotify and also Apple Podcasts real soon. And I'm gonna give you guys the link to that when I drop this video, and it's gonna be in the description below. please, please, please give this a like, thumbs up if you enjoyed the content, man. Listen, I'm coming back with a vengeance. I'm happy to be here. Real excited, bro. So we're gonna keep this train, we're gonna keep it going, keep the train moving. And like I said, man, I'm your man JG. It's been real, and I'm out.